Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avadon the Black Fortress with me, Atantu. Now you might notice a tiny little difference since the ending of last episode. I have a full party for the first time in the game, and that is because I replayed basically what I did in the previous episode. Luckily, I'm keeping safe backups. The thing is, I started recording this with exactly where I last left off, with only Shima and Nathalie in my party, and well, I guess it's not too much of a spoiler at this point. So I ended up fighting Redbeard in the very near future, or very shortly afterwards, I should say, and the fight was incredibly tough and annoying and long. It took me, or rather, it lasted close to an hour, and I finally died. I lost due to some stupid decisions or mistakes on my part, as well as growing tedium and, I don't know, annoyance on my part, simply because the fight was going on for so long and because the mechanics are not entirely enjoyable. Let's put it like that. Anyway, I lost. I really didn't want to fight on anymore at some point, and I just let him kill me. And I looked up the fight, or if I was doing something completely wrong, if I was missing some kind of crucial mechanic. Turns out I wasn't really. I mean, now I know kind of exactly how it works, but I had it mostly figured out. The thing is that the fight is supposed to be that hard, and you are given several chances to not fight him, or to basically stop your attack and be punished. However, that was never an option for me, of course. I kind of decided I want to kill him, and I still do. Now the thing is, I was fighting him with only 3 people, right? And it turns out you can actually, for the first and only time in the entire game, take all of your companions with you. I did not know that. Nowhere in the game did it tell you that. I mean, you were there, you saw it. Maybe, I don't think I missed a hint by the game that I would be able to take all of my companions with me. I just had assumed that the party was still limited to 3 and sent 2 people away. I didn't do that this time around, even though Sevelin and Janelle are not terribly well equipped or overly powerful. I guess having 2 more people, just if only as a distraction, should be extremely valuable. I will try the whole thing over again, still on normal difficulty. I still have the option of turning down difficulty to easy. I really don't want to do that. That's going to be my last resort. Basically, if this attempt fails, I'm going to resort to that, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep this footage in that case. So I might as well start over at that point, and you will not be seeing this at all. So if you're listening to this, I hope I will end up making it. Fingers crossed. Anyway, sorry about all that introductory talk. It took a while. Let's get on with the story here. You walk unnoticed into the ceremonial hall. To the southeast, in the middle of an enchanted circle, you see Redbeard. He is in furious single combat with a Shadow Walker. At least, he is dressed like a Shadow Walker. Yeah, that's what I had assumed might be the Wayfarer, and, well, let's see. 2 of them are dueling, both with blades and with magic. Redbeard wears many enchanted pieces of jewelry. These constantly provide him with protective spells and spit fire and lightning where he desires. The Shadow Walker, in turn, has many of the tricks of his kind. Decoys flicker into being, attack, and fade away. He constantly produces pods, potions, and pouches of dust from his robes. You move into the hall, hoping for a closer look, for a closer view. Let's see. As you slip into the room, Redbeard and the assassin continue their duel. Vicious blows and spells fly back and forth at blinding speed. You stand a safe distance away. If you try to get involved, you could easily hit the wrong target. Not that I necessarily mind hitting the wrong target here, if that is really the Wayfarer, and yeah, well, at this point I can tell. As you move into the hall, Redbeard finally gets the upper hand in the battle. The Keeper of Avadon, unwounded and barely breathing hard, summons a blast of energy. Just as you finally recognize the Shadow Walker, Redbeard's spell flies toward his chest. He dodges the blast, but it grazes him. The Wayfarer, attempted assassin of the Keeper of the Black Fortress, flies back across the room. Alright. Redbeard doesn't leave his protective circle. He points a mailed hand at the Wayfarer, ready to deliver another spell. The Wayfarer slowly rises to his feet. Then he sees you. He reaches up and pulls off his mask. You see that he is a middle-aged man of eastern Linnaeus. He is a skilled warrior and assassin, but he is no Hulk Landon at all. Redbeard flicks his eyes toward you, takes in your presence, and then returns his attention to his foe. Shadow Tarkus, he says, I knew you would return here in time. As a prisoner or my victim, it is all the same to me. Wait, Shadow Tarkus, from the very beginning of the game. Well, I don't know about you, but I had completely forgotten about the guy at this point, and this really took me by surprise. Redbeard nods. An assassin and spy for the Farlands. If a Cimmerian or Tawan or warrior of Svorgald wants a loyal citizen of the Pack killed, Tarkus will do it, for a price. From your vantage point, you can see that Tarkus's hand is inching slowly toward one of the pouches on his belt. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure if supporting the Wayfarer, even though I really don't want to do that, but if supporting the Wayfarer actually weakens or leaves Redbeard weakened, so the fight is a bit easier. Not sure if that's going to be the case. On my previous recording, on my previous attempt that I did not end up recording, or actually scrapped the recording of it, I let Redbeard kill the Wayfarer, basically. So I guess this time I'm gonna try the other option here. I'm gonna stay silent, see what he does. Tarkus slips his fingers into the pouch. He starts to draw out a small clay globe. As he tries to bring the weapon around, Redbeard mutters a word of command. The muscles in the assassin's arm seize up. He shouts in pain. Redbeard looks over at you, though you can't read his expression. Tarkus turns his head to face you. There is still a flicker of hope in his eyes. Okay, so this did end up playing out exactly, or almost exactly like if I had warned Redbeard, except Redbeard said thank you instead of looking at me silently. So I'm gonna listen to Tarkus, I guess. So you are finally here, Atantuo. Made it through the bow, I see. Knew you would. Now I suppose you will watch me die, grinning and gloating all the while. Watch as the cowardly tyrant of Linnaeus claims another victim. Tarkus, we will attack Redbeard together. The thing is, I would like to do that. I'm tempted to do that. However, Redbeard will end up having, or we will end up having a rather lengthy dialogue with Redbeard if we don't. And maybe that might be interesting to some of you. It was interesting to me. So let's just watch. Shadow Tarkus spits at you. Then he turns to Redbeard. The end is upon you, Keeper. The assault has already begun, and soon. Redbeard cuts him off. Enough, Tarkus. I have heard 1,000 such speeches. They bore me. He says a word of command. A gout of flame flies from his gauntlet, and he deals almost 1,000 damage. I hope he does not do that in a fight against me. The assassin collapses, coughing and spitting blood. What a waste. I was a fool. I wasted my life on this on this attempt. I might, and then he is silent. Redbeard turns to you. Now that ugly business is settled, I need your report. There is much to discuss, plan, and do. Okay. Actually, yeah, I am going to save here. Why not? Okay. Yeah. You've probably also noticed these not very well hidden switches, but they can't actually be accessed yet. I did not notice those statues. in the way. Redbeard looks at the crumpled body on the floor before him with clinical detachment. That was a long-delayed bit of business. Were this a happier day, I would take some satisfaction in it. As it is, he has distracted me at a time when I couldn't afford it. What gets my attention, however, is that you seem to have spoken to him already. Yeah, why are you so surprised? I think I personally reported to you that I've met the Wayfarer several times. Anyway, and judging from your actions, seems to have had some luck planting disloyalty in your soft head. Redbeard looks at you intently. Tell me, how did you know this creature? You suspect that your answers to this question will make a huge difference in how things go for you. Tell him the whole truth. Well, I think points 4 and 5 are actually identical. He constantly contacted me as I traveled. He was a bit of a pest. That is exactly what happened. I can imagine how irritating that was. He was a cunning and persistent fellow. Better hands than you have been turned by his wiles. He must have seen great potential in you, but you seem to have resisted. A mark in your favor. But enough about this refuse. He has wasted enough time. I need your report. Speak quickly. Report what exactly? Redbeard is trying to seem casual and unruffled, but you have learned how to tell when he is angry, and right now he is absolutely furious. I need to go downstairs, show myself, and regain control over my fortress. First, I must have as much information as possible. Tell me what is happening below. Once I hear what you have to say and speak with Heart Miranda, I will be able to act. Well... Wait, you didn't know that Miranda is a traitor? Miranda? A traitor? The most loyal of my wives? You must be joking, you. Then he sees the look in your eyes. For the first time, Redbeard is thrown off balance. In fact, he is stunned. You speak the truth. Miranda has betrayed us. She still held a grudge against me all this time. I must... No, there is time for anger later. A horrible vengeance will fall upon her. For now, I still have my duty. Tell me what happened with Lord Griffin. I received some confusing reports. Lord Griffin was a traitor. I killed him. This is grim news, a sad day for the Pact, and surely this treachery is related to the other problems we are having. In killing him, you did well. Now I must work to prevent war with Hoaglander and Kalimdariel, a disastrous conflict that is already, I suspect, underway. There is but one more thing I need to ask. Then we can begin to plan. Yes? I believe that everything that has happened, the attacks on Avadon, the attacks on Hans, the madness in the Qua and Chimeria, and the treachery of Duke Griffin are all linked. Someone powerful is plotting against Avadon and the Pact. He looks at you somberly. Do you know who is responsible? He leans forward, desperate for your answer. You haven't learned for yourself yet? I will confess, I have been complacent. It took far too long for me to realize that all of the problems we have been having were related. I have not had time to properly hunt for whoever is responsible. Now I have the chance to refuse to tell him, which will probably make him angry. However, telling him the name might cause him to give me some additional information, because I only know the name. The name might actually be familiar to him. I'm gonna try that. Redbeard nods. The name sounds familiar. It passed my desk recently. One of a host of suspects. Heart Miranda said that she thought he was innocent. More for treachery. This information will save us weeks of effort at minimum. I will see you rewarded for this. You have done a great deed for the Pact. What will happen to me? Yes, what will happen to you? You have shown such great skill and potential. I can't afford to use good material inefficiently. I shall spare you a moment more. Before we decide where you are to be sent, is there anything you wish to say about Avadon? Now, I can ask him about basically the 4 side quests for my companions. Well, let's do that. Why not? Why did you pardon Cahill after he killed several Hands? Because the information Cahill gave me saved the lives of more Hands and many people of the Pact in the bargain. Those with valuable information will not give it unless Avadon offers things in return and then lives up to its word. He turns to Sevelin. I am sorry for what you went through, but it is for the best. The Pact is more important than your feelings. Sevelin looks away from him. Yeah, I don't totally agree here. Working with criminals, even to good ends, there must be better ways. Anyway, why is Avadon allied with the Honored Forge, the destroyers of Shima Three Spears clan? Because the Three Spear clan often spoke out against Avadon, while the Honored Forge helped us whenever possible. If you believe that Avadon only fights for the good of the pact, then you must see only one choice was available to me. Redbeard turns to Shima. You have suffered much, but remember your duty. You serve Avadon. The needs of the Black Fortress and the pact are the most important thing to us. Shima quivers with rage but says nothing. I do kind of agree with Redbeard's standpoint here. I mean, I did say that when we fought the Honored Forge that I was not quite agreeing with Shima's vendetta. He should have let it go, but I see why he couldn't. Anyway, loyal warriors of the World Realm have been driven into Chimeria for following the laws of their people. The laws of the World Realm? Who cares a whit for them? I look after the lives of of 5 nations, not one. The World Realm greedily grabs the safety we provide and ignores its responsibilities. And I am expected to show sympathy? Nonsense. Redbeard looks at Janelle. I will forgive your little adventures against my better judgment. Those warriors you went to save, they deserved their fate, and more. Janelle nods in response. You can't read her expression. This is another case where I don't agree with Redbeard. I think there is more than just black and white, than just, you know, strictly following, I don't know, the laws and being absolutely ruthless, and also showing compassion or, you know, giving attention to the to smaller issues. I don't know. Nathalie went to hunt Zossa Mindtaker. Why didn't you help? Yeah, this well, we'll see. Why do you waste my time with this trivia? The fate of the pact is on the balance, and you are worried about one beast, one pest, one of hundreds, thousands? That Drake is not important. Show some sense of proportion. Then he looks at Nathalie. You are young and show some potential, but you are arrogant and you tend to obsess. If you do not control those traits, there is no future for you anywhere. Nathalie meets his gaze. She is not at all convinced. I am. Actually, I completely agree with Redbeard here. That was completely and only her own business, and she should not have went alone and should not have gone alone and hunt that beast down. Anyway, what happened, and now I have a decision to make. Yeah, I do not believe you are a wise leader of Avadon. Oh really, you don't, eh? You and everyone else. Now here's the question. Do you have the courage and skill to do anything about it? I honestly don't think so. So tell me, the time has come to decide. You are young and foolish, but I see steel in you yet. Are you ready to put your foolish doubts away and fight for Avadon? And if so, in what role? I will replace you as the keeper of Avadon. The words leave your mouth. All is silent. Redbeard stares at you, unable to believe that you actually said it. Really, Atantuo, you have skills, true, but you honestly think that you can face and defeat me? That is, after all, the only way you can be the keeper. All of my best servants have been disloyal at one time or another. That is the price of power politics at the highest level. Today, however, I am in no mood for jokes. Answer me. Do you challenge me for command of Avadon? I do. The pact needs a strong Avadon. I will take control of the Black Fortress to save it. Redbeard takes a defensive stance in the middle of his circle. I am disappointed, Atantuo, terribly disappointed, to have to destroy such promising material. It pains me greatly, but then you chose the fate for yourself. The room suddenly starts to grow very hot. Shadow Tarkus took me by surprise. My defenses were not fully prepared. You receive no such advantage. Come, face the greatest keeper of Avadon. Alright, here we go. Now, well, I guess I'll just start fighting normally. Start dealing some damage. I'm gonna call Drake, because I can. Whose turn is it? Oh, it's okay. Atanto's turn. Sure. Attack. Let's try the jump attack. Okay, it wasn't so smart. Maybe. Attack, dealing some good damage here. Backstab and War Curse. And we can attack again. Another backstab, of course. Very neat. What can the Drake do? Dragonfire. That's... oh, that doesn't quite hit him, does it? Can I... only your characters, okay. Fair enough. 74. Eh. It's alright. Just want to see if I can summon... no, I cannot summon another type of pet. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's attack him. Deal some damage. Stun resisted. Who would have thought? Shattering blow or smashing blow or whatever. Keep attacking. He's half dead actually, wow. Redbeard holds up his hand and smiles. For a moment you think that he might be the tiniest bit winded. You stay your hand, thinking that he might be about to surrender. Instead he says, I have judged your power, Atantuo. I don't think you can defeat me. I will give you a chance to survive. You will be a guard in some remote outpost of Avadon. But you will live. First, however, for challenging me, you will pay the price. Why should I trust you? Because I will give you my word. This is one thing, cruel as I have been, that I have never broken. What price? I suspect that you were only trusted against me, only turned against me by the disloyal words of your companions. Well, you would be wrong there. The suspicious characters that Miranda gathered and gave to you. For polluting your mind, one of them must die. You may choose who. No deal. Die, tyrant. Redbeard nods. The disease has truly taken root. Now I will burn it out. Redbeard mutters a word of power, then he grunts in pain. A wisp of insubstantial light floats out of his chest with a spasmodic motion. It rips loose, floats to the south, and fades away. That hurts, he roars. But if you want to kill me, you have to kill all the parts of me. As you look for where the wisp went, you realize that something seems slightly different about the room. You try to figure out what, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Well, I know now. The switches are now available. Actually, I wonder... well, for now, let's... Shima should heal. And attack. Ouch. Yeah, Blade Shield, I forgot about that. That wasn't great. The question is, can the dragon activate the switch? I hope he can, or else I will have to waste another character's several turns to reach the switches. Because obviously those are going to be instrumental in this fight. Now, your turn. I guess it's time to buff. Bet it didn't reach those two. Can you buff yourself in some way? No, not really. You could take a speed potion, but actually attacking him now is a pretty bad idea. Take a step away instead and shoot him, because you cannot reflect that. I need to use this to heal Shima so he does not immediately die. He does have reflection, so seems like a bad thing to do. And in fact, yeah, should really... oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, good. That worked. That worked as well. Who needs healing? Shima does. Alright, healing touch. Oh wow, nice. Full heal. You're terrified. I guess that's fine. Kind of. So we want our party to be in these rooms, basically. Because you will soon see why. Yeah, actually, where... how do I want my party to be split up? I guess I can just tell you. Whenever that message appears about Redbeard splitting off some kind of wisp, he will make an enemy spawn on here. They're called soul jars, I think, on these platforms. There are 2 in this upper room and 2 in the lower room. He can have up to 4. He will keep summoning them in, I don't know, certain intervals. And as long as there are at least, well, as soon as any jars are present, he will take less damage. He will get buffed, probably also get stronger, and you really can only damage him reliably as long as no more than 2 soul jars are alive. So I guess the best way to fight him is to have him and several strong attackers in one room and just keep killing the soul jars. So only a maximum of 2 are present in the other room, and deal damage to him whenever you can, and have the other party members in the other room and try to kill as many of the other soul jars as possible. So that's the idea. Question is, obviously I would like to have a Tantuo tanking Redbeard, basically. I guess I will put my strong attackers in the upper room here. My Drake. Is there a cooldown on this? There's not. But I don't want the dragon to die right away. If it's not necessary. So I'm just gonna move for now. There are no soul jars down here yet. Well, maybe. I guess he must have summoned 2 to the lower room for now. It's a bit unfortunate. Okay, dragon, why don't you go down here? You as well. And you, I guess? You can only wait. I really can't afford a Tantuo to die. That would be very unfortunate. But he should wake up. Yeah, he will wake up once his next turn comes up. Okay, Drake. Why don't you breathe fire at this? They have different resistances. That's another factor, and nothing tells you that except for experimentation, which is a bit unfortunate. But this one is... oh, yeah, it's immune to nature damage, so that's actually pretty bad. Still has Spine Shield and Reflection. Problem is that I won't really be able to run away from Redbeard with a Tantuo to lure him into this room, which is my plan. But oh well. Yeah, you two just wait there. Okay, I was... really? I was gonna say I was lucky there that Tantuo dodged so well. And he's now terrified for 3 more turns. That's really bad. Dang it, why didn't he at least summon... why didn't he at least summon 1 soul jar up here, so I could take care of them effectively? Oh, really? That didn't reach... I thought for sure it should reach Tantuo. That's bad. Man, already this is not going terribly well. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah. Fuck. That's bad. Tantuo is holding all the revival scrolls. So, gonna start over and meet you in a second. Okay. Several things. This took me to get my characters into such a beneficial situation. It took me several attempts actually. I think this is the third attempt after I stopped recording or paused recording. And the thing is, it's really hard to get Redbeard to focus on the character you want him to attack, basically. And once he does that, that character is basically locked in place because you will never, or you will very rarely get the chance to actually run away from him more than one step, and then Redbeard is gonna constantly stun and terrify and even charm characters, so that's an additional annoyance. However, now I have actually almost all of my characters in here. Now all I really want is Redbeard to be with me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to summon another Drake. Tantru is going to stay here, she's going to stay here. I would actually be okay with Redbeard killing Sevelin because I could then just resurrect him down here with the rest of us, and Redbeard would be forced to come to us. However, Sevelin is unfortunately very resilient. The one case where that is a disadvantage, ironically. Anyway, I'm going to try to distract him with the Drake, perhaps. While he's stunned. It's Nathalie's turn again. Okay, he knocked him back, so that actually gives me a chance, perhaps. So the Drake can move up to him and attack him. It's actually the best possible outcome. So you can move here. You just wait. Oh, what? I didn't even see what happened there. That's interesting. Wait. Just attack. Actually, let's see if the Fire Breath deals any more damage. Probably not. Oh, it does. Wow, okay. Should be doing that then. You wait here, I guess. You move over here. And switch to your main weapon for now. Okay. Drake is probably gonna die pretty soon. Okay, Shima can, I guess, can go here, depending on where the next Souljar will be summoned. Unfortunately, another unfortunate fact that is that the Souljars are apparently completely immune to whatever her default attack is. Spirit Claw. I guess wind damage maybe, or something. So she can only attack the Souljars with her her spear, her throwing spear here, javelin. But as soon as Redbeard is actually joining us down here, we should be able, or she should be able to attack him at least. Anyway, yeah, skip her turn. Tantua waits here. Sevelin waits here. You actually pull back a little bit so that Redbeard does not decide to attack her instead. Alright. Okay, he did summon another Wisp, so both of these platforms must now have one. This is definitely by far the best situation I have been in so far. Okay, there he is. Maybe I should have used my opportunity to buff. Actually gonna use some of my resources here now. She doesn't really have much. But she can summon another Hellhound, actually. You can drink an Elixir of Speed and use Triumphant Roar. Just on top of everything else. Sevelin, you don't have any buffs, do you? You don't. You do have a potion of speed for yourself. You can drink this to heal up a little bit more. Nathalie, I did give you... yeah, I did give her potions of speed. And I guess you could do this. I don't want to risk her running closer to him, but she should be able to deal some damage. Okay. Very nice. Backstab, and we get another attack in. Another backstab. Hellhound can... also Cone of Fire. That's probably going to be better than whatever his melee attack is, so let's do that. 18, well, that's not very good. That's not terrible either. Spirit Charge, I guess I do have this, and it does Vulnerability Curse. So maybe that's not even so bad. If it works. He resisted. Okay, that's fine. I could try using Warcry. War Curse did work. Or didn't. Or did it? I thought it said War Curse on him. Okay, it's just attack. 42 damage, that's not very good. Which of these deals most damage? Up to 509. Yeah, so just a Savage Blow. Oh, and we get another chance, so might as well try to stun him, right? Yeah, stun resisted. Okay, you could do something like this. Corruption. Corruption resisted. 8 more. Can use Corruption again. Corruption. Nice. And now you can attack him. 59. Redbeard holds up his hand. He is definitely winded now, and bruised and battered as well. You stay your hand, thinking once again that he might be about to surrender, admittedly, it isn't likely. Instead he says, I have judged your power, Atantuo. Again. Again. I don't think you can defeat me. I will give you a chance to survive. You will be a guard in some remote outpost. Isn't that the same thing you already said? No deal. I know what your price is and I'm not willing to pay it. He healed for 500. He also charmed Nathalie, which is kind of bad. Okay, Shima, you need to get away from the man and attack this soul jar. Good, she is actually stunned. He is not, but he does have Blade Shield again, that's unfortunate. Okay, attack, critical, not very much damage, but that's fine. Oh, that takes a little longer to recharge. Okay, riposte, that's not very good. Any other attacks that you could use? Poison Mist, I guess. Or Earthquake. Yes, use that. Okay. It did damage the soul jar. Ever so slightly. But again, I do believe that they are all completely immune to her normal Shaman Staff attack, so... Okay, that did deal some damage. Now, yeah, you can reach him. But you can attack with your bow, at the very least. Should I risk it? Yeah. That deals barely any damage at this point. So I really need to get rid of at least this one. Okay, you got knocked back. It's not so bad. What's annoying is that this thing has also has Blade Shield. However, I will use Group Heal now. You will attack this thing. killing it. Good. So Redbeard should now be back to taking normal damage. He has Spine Shield but no Blade Shield, that's good. Okay, the pet's turn, yeah, sure. Attack once. You attack. Dealing at least some damage. Now, what is the best thing you can do? You are still under the effects of pretty much all the buffs. 5 turns, 4 turns, 3 turns, 3 turns. That's good. Cure hostile effects. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, that works against charm. Very nice. Okay, and you still have enough to run up and attack him. So do you. He's ensnared, actually. Not that it does a whole lot for me, but... So yeah, you don't really have much amount of ice. No thanks. Just attack him. Nathalie, you don't need to heal. You can use Corruption again. Corruption resisted. Can use Corruption again. Since I have all the Corruption ones in the world. He does have Reflection on, but I'm going to attack anyway. Yeah. Okay, he hastes himself. It's not great, but it's okay. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. I knew that might happen at some point, and I don't think I have a way of healing him. 3 turns, that's really bad. Okay, Shima's turn. Can you do anything? Recovery, no, that's only for yourself. Shadowwalker focus as well. That only deals damage, that does not knock back. Slow. I guess I might as well do this. He's slowed and ensnared. But I can't move anymore. Ah, dang it. Can at least shoot that thing. Hellhound, you might as well just stay here. You cannot heal yet again. Okay. Oh, this could be really bad. The thing is, I really need to heal some people. I mean, honestly, Sevelin can just stay here. Challenge, even. So she can concentrate on, focus on killing that thing. I could have prepared better. I should have given Janelle at least some scrolls of group heal. Actually, I don't think it makes much sense to even try and reach him in time. So I might as well just stand here. Taking some more damage. Pet's turn, yeah, right. Just attack. Attack. You can... Wow, group heal takes a long time to recover. Okay. I guess I should probably do this. And good. That was really nice. Okay, and he summons another one right away. That's really annoying. However, that is actually quite fortunate for me that he pushed us all back. So that allows me to do this. Otherwise, I would not have been able to get away. Okay, Shima is kind of hurting. Sevlin will be okay. Tantuo is back, but he can't really run away from the guy. So, let's see here. Battle Frenzy. Ensnare doesn't really matter. Weakness Curse. I will use that next turn. Or actually, I have plenty of these. So I'm gonna use one. Healing everybody. And how long is this gonna last? 2 more turns. I'm gonna drink one. Attack him, dealing only 8 damage. That's really pitiful. Okay. Are you serious? Okay, what can you do? Still no way of healing, so you can just attack. No! Well, okay. I clicked accidentally. You keep using your corruption. Yeah, use corruption once. Oh, she's out of... that was unfortunate. And his healing is not quite critical quite yet, so I'm gonna use one more potion of speed. Okay. Nobody's charmed. Atandro is stunned though, so that's bad. Bad for business. Critical. That didn't deal a lot of damage. Okay, it's her turn now. Mind Shield. You need to heal everybody, that's for sure. And use Corruption. Critical 5 point. Oh! Dang it, I'm an idiot. I did not notice this guy was here. That was a stupid mistake. I was wondering why I dealt so little damage, but I didn't really think about it enough to take a conscious look at this particular spot there. Oh well. Okay. What can I do? What should I do? Battle Frenzy, no, that's not. Hasted for 8 turns? Yeah, sure. Let's use one of these. If Atantuo can't act for a little while yet. Let's attack. Don't miss, please. The more turns I waste trying to kill these stupid soul jars, the less damage I will get off against Redbeard himself. Yeah, it's hardly even worth it. Guess you should heal yourself just to make sure nothing terrible happens. Don't you? Yeah, it's not gonna work probably. Yeah, it's immune. Fuck that. Oh man. Okay, Atantuo, can you do anything useful in this case? Not really. Oh, that thing is dead, so at least she will be able to damage him. Let's see. Oh wow, I actually only have one more Wand of Corruption. Yeah, has to go there actually. Wand of Lightning is not gonna do much. We'll see how this goes. I did manage to corrupt him. I am going to use another healing and miss him. Really, the one chance that I get to deal some damage. Okay, I really wish I had someone else with me here to give the backstab bonus. But alas, is not the case. Corruption. Actually, whoops. Actually, lightning. Just to see. 14, yeah, it's kind of bad. 63, man, he's getting so close. Okay, and he summoned one. I was hoping he might not, but of course he did. Shima, you can actually teleport away from him. Fortunately, that took away all your AP. Don't really need to heal. All of the wins, damage, knockback. It's probably gonna be immune. Oh no, it is not. Okay, good to know. At least I have that one spell that can deal some damage to these things. It's good to know. Atantuo, you won't be able to get away from the dude, but I might as well try. And give everybody haste, or renew the haste. And shoot. Missing. Well, can you shoot from there? You can. So, please do that. Good. Kill him? Almost. So close. I also fully expect Redbeard to heal for 500 once more before this is over. Okay. You have 2 more? 3 more, I mean. So we can use this. Every little bit counts. 33 damage. That's actually not so little. Not as little as I thought. Why don't you heal everybody? And attack him. 32 more damage. God, we're getting so close. Don't mess up now. This is slightly nerve-wracking, gotta say. Yeah, you attack him. Like that. You use corruption. Corruption resisted. Attack him. 46 damage. My god. 1 pixel of health. He healed actually. Okay. And you summoned this thing. Good thing Shima is still down here. I want to use 1 more potion of speed. Leave nothing to chance at this point. Attack, attack. You can't really do much of anything, I'm afraid. I mean, I guess I can do this. It's only physical damage though. Okay, Atantuo. Shoot that thing. Again. You as well. So that we might hopefully be able to finish it off with her. Good, okay. She did not get hasted, unfortunately. Okay. He didn't actually do anything terrible. That's incredibly lucky. Now, can I make it to him to attack? 7. Yes. Yes, I will. Oh my god. Backstab. Critical. 57 damage. 44 damage. And... Okay, I was gonna say, Janelle finishes off the final boss of the game. Then I will be very surprised. Okay. You switch your weapons. Attack him. It would have been so fitting. Or maybe... Yes! Atanto got the killing blow. That's the best way. At last, at long, long last, Redbeard's aging body, sustained by powerful and unreliable magic, gives out. In the end, it is not a wound that kills him, or poison, or even old age. He grabs his chest. His heart stops. He gives you one final look. He is in great pain, but there is still a smile on his face. He whispers, "Now it is all on you. On you." Then he falls sideways and hits the floor with a mighty clatter of steel armor. You stare down at his body, barely able to stay on your feet, trying to take in the enormity of what just happened. You're still that way when the hands of Avadon finally find you. Okay. And that's the end. The sun rose the next morning over a blasted and burned Avadon. The assassins who snuck in through the low tunnels had all either been killed or managed to escape. The survivors, stunned by the brazen attack upon the heart of Avadon's power, wandered the halls, taking note of the damage. The destruction was considerable. The libraries were burned. Ailira, librarian of Avadon, was found murdered in the stacks. Centuries of records and accumulated knowledge, not to mention invaluable reports on the current state of Linnaeus, were now ashes. Many of the hands who survived the attacks and ambushes of the last few months were dead. Workshops were destroyed. The mind-reading crystals of the dungeons were smashed. That might not be a bad thing. The stunned surviving hands and eyes followed their first instinct, which was to look for Hart Miranda, Redbeard's most trusted administrator. They did not find her. They did not yet know of her treachery, of course. They will have many chances to curse it in the months to come. So then they went to Redbeard's tower, looking for their leader. When they found that the gate to the Hall of Resolution the gates to the Hall of Resolution were sealed, panic began to spread. Then, just as the newly terrified and broken warriors of Avadon were about to shed their training and determination, loot the citadel and flee, the gates opened. They ran through. In the hall, they find Redbeard's body. It is something they did not think they would see in their lifetime. Avadon's most cunning keeper, finally defeated. You stand there, bruised, battered, and triumphant. Your companions stand by your side, ready to be rewarded for their great loyalty. Is that supposed to be Sevelin? Because he does not look like Sevelin. Or is that just some hand? I'm not sure. Once they have taken in the scene, the hands one by one kneel to you. Perhaps an assassin will slay you or Hamvar's council will unseat you. Until then, you are the keeper of Avadon. Sevelin turns to you. The law is clear. You are a keeper now. I know my duty. I will fight by your side. I swear my loyalty to you. Shima Threespear bows deeply to you. I knew that I saw greatness in you. My old family lies dead. My new family is here in Avadon. I swear loyalty to you. Janelle looks disturbed, but after some thought, turns and kneels to you. I hope you will maintain the humility Redbeard lost. I owe you my life, and that chance. So I swear loyalty to you. Nathalie looks around the room, barely able to comprehend all that has happened. Then she turns to you. You saw the greatness in me when none else did. My power can do great things for you. I swear I will do all I can. Okay. Then, as more and more survivors of the assault enter the hall, you start to question the hands. You learn of the damage that was suffered and the loyal servants that were lost. To hear what was done to Avadon. Your fortress fills you with fury. The hands watch you, waiting for leadership. You are forced to give your first speech as Keeper of Avadon. Okay. Redbeard was a skilled keeper, but he was old, and he has become weak. Avadon must not ever be distracted. The Pact relies upon our power and our willingness to use it. Now this crisis has happened while I am in charge. It is our responsibility, and we will face it. I will not be complacent. I will have servants, but I will never put too much trust in them. From now until I fall, Avadon's keeper's attention will not wander again. The hands in attendance cheer at this. They have been reminded who they are, servants of the Pact and of Avadon. They practically run from the room, ready to rebuild this fortress and begin the hunt. Since you are now their keeper, you direct them. It is the beginning of months of hard work. As investigations begin and many difficult conversations happen with Hanvar's council, you learn something of what has been happening elsewhere in Linnaeus. The unrest in the Wretchlands does not end, it only grows worse. The people of the Qua have to fight off constant incursions of wretches, ogres, and even the occasional titan. Zethron continues to aid the Pact, but only because of his grievous wounds. When he recovers, he might well depart. The dragon Zephyrine soon shows herself to be no ally to the Pact. Oh, right. Could I have gone back and fought her? For real? At some point? I guess that's possible. I never really went back there. Oh well. She only grows more firmly entrenched in the Wretchlands, building her defenses and gathering allies. It will be some time before anyone has the strength to dislodge her. Fortunately, you were able to return the secret papers you found in the lair of the Titans to Avadon. Once these messages are decoded, the hidden lairs of many hostile Farlanders are revealed. Using this information, the Qua is able to do much to destroy their enemies. In Chimeria, much as predicted, the many enemies of Drolstad soon gather. They rush in, ready to destroy Drolstad and claim Ogrimtor for themselves. However, they soon find that while the leaders are gone, many of its best hunters and warriors survive. They take up residence inside the fortress and with great courage and resolve to defeat the invaders. Thus, though Lorella's journey to Avadon resulted in much carnage in her home, Drolstad was able to survive and remain free. I'm glad about that. Happily, you were able to banish the demon lord Belloc back to the infernal realms from which he came. In these chaotic times, it is unlikely that Avadon would have found the time and resources to deal with this powerful threat. Yeah. The news from the Baraza Woods is grim. You know now that Duke Griffin had Monitor Shigaz and his fellow warriors murdered. However, Avadon is unable to convince Hulklander that this assault was the act of a traitor. The Hulklandans only see the murder of their countrymen by their hated rivals. Hanvar's council does all it can to calm the two rivals, to little avail. For the first time in almost a century, the Pact seems threatened by civil war. If it is not prevented, it will be a disaster beyond reckoning. It is here that the hidden foes of the Pact have scored their true victory. It will only be revealed in the months and years to come whether this wound to the Pact is a mortal one. Eventually, Avadon is rebuilt. The damage is repaired, more hands are quickly recruited, and yet it has lost many of its most experienced servants and almost all of its records. Worse, it has lost its aura of invulnerability. For the first time in many years, many stop fearing Avadon. While on missions, hands are frequently attacked and sometimes killed. There is little fear of reprisal. Walls are easily repaired. Wounds to reputation are far harder to cure. Things are not well in the Pact. Hulklander and Calandariel edge closer and closer to war, instead of concentrating on defending themselves from the enemies at the gates. The Pact states jockey for advantage and plan for civil war. The allies of Duke Griffin travel through Calandariel in secret, urging his people to leave the Pact and ally with the Tawan Empire. Many are listening to them. For the first time in many years, the Pact seems to be in danger of falling apart. Avadon hunts for those who would tear the alliance apart, but it soon finds itself attacked from another direction. Hanvar's council, long jealous and fearful of Avadon's influence, tries to weaken its power. Avadon is then forced to use some of its limited power to defend itself from attacks from within the Pact. It is a hard time. You work to the limits of human endurance and beyond. When one problem is solved, two spring up to replace it. Unrest in Linnaeus, both in the Pact and the Farlands, increased dramatically. But when times are hardest, the people under your command develop a habit. They look each other in the eye and say, "We are Avadon." Then they work and learn and fight twice as hard. They do not know who is working to undermine the pact, but they are determined to find out. As attacks increase, they struggle to learn the identity of their assailant. He or she can't hide forever. Day and night, they have the Black Fortress, risking attacks as they roam. They leave the Black Fortress, risking attacks as they roam the free roads, trying to find the hidden enemy before Linnaeus crumbles into war. The first volleys have been launched. The true battle still lies ahead. You will be ready for it. Oh, I hope I will. And that's it. No credits, nothing. Just back to the title screen. Okay, fair enough. I was honestly not sure if I would be able to make it to defeat Redbeard, and I guess I could have gone back if all else failed and tried to basically keep him as the leader, but maybe bring about some changes from within. I don't know. Looked like there were several opportunities to end this, or several different ways to end this. Anyway, yeah, this was a pretty long journey, longer than I expected, to be honest. I also, of course, I took my time and I played very, very thoroughly, exploring everything. So part of that is my fault, if you will. But I was having fun for the most part. There were some annoyances, some things about the UI that were not ideal. Well, chief among those problems, the severe lack of quick slots. Only 4 items it was fine for the most part, but only 4 ability slots. That's really almost inexcusable. That's a bit painful. Anyway, I don't really want to complain. This it was a long journey, but a fun one for the most part. I hope you think so as well. And that you enjoyed not only this video, but the entire series. I thank you very, very much for watching, and yeah, what else can I say? I hope to see you real soon. Please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you want to. And yeah, till then, bye bye.